The window panes start to rattle as the wind picks up speed. Mom and Dad head upstairs to make sure all of the windows are shut and locked, while Travis and I check to make sure that the ones downstairs are. The lights begin to flicker, insinuating that the power could go out at any minute. I peek out the window at the darkening sky. An avalanche of hail begins to fall from the black clouds, clattering to the ground like marble spilling from a box. It sounds like bullets are hitting the house. "Get away from the windows!" Mom runs down the stairs yelling at us as a bolt of lightning flashes across the sky. Thunder booms in the distance like an explosion of fireworks on the 4th of July. My cat Oliver scurries beneath the couch in the living room. He's frightened of loud noises, so he especially hates thunderstorms. "I didn't get any weather alerts about a storm, did you, honey?" Dad asks Mom while searching through his phone. She replies, "No, I didn't either." She picks up the TV remote from the coffee table and begins to flick through the channels until she comes across the news. Nothing is mentioned about the storm. They're still talking about Ben's disappearance from the hospital. We have to turn on all of the lights, even though it's the middle of the day, because of how dark it is. We sit listening to the ravenous storm for hours, waiting for it to pass. Just when I think it's moved on, I'm proven wrong when it delivers another deafening crack of thunder. The power goes out while we're in the middle of dinner. Mom and Dad rush to grab some candles, then Travis lights them one by one, and I display them around the downstairs. Once I'm finished sitting the candles out, Dad asks me to go down to the basement to get the flashlights. "Can't Travis do it?" I whine. He tells me no, that Travis is helping Mom with something and he needs me to do it. I snatch a candle and angrily march through the kitchen to the basement door. I've always hated our basement. It's not one of those nice, finished basements where you can go to hang out and play video games or watch a movie like all of my friends have. It's one of those old, musty, cold, creepy basements. I get the chills every time I have to go down there. All I can imagine is something reaching out from between the stairs and grabbing me, just like Chucky does to Andy's foster dad in Child's Play 2. I open the door and see nothing but darkness down below. I reach for the banister, but instead my hand grazes the cold concrete wall. Some paint chips off and falls through the space between the stairs into the darkness. I begin to tiptoe down, the steps creaking every time my foot makes contact. The farther I get, the musty odor invades my nostrils, nearly choking me. When I make it to the bottom, I cover my nose with my one free hand, but it doesn't help much. I shine the candle in the direction of Dad's workbench over in the corner. He keeps the extra flashlights in a drawer over there. Great, that corner looks like it's infested with cobwebs. I hate spiders. The worst of them are those freaky-looking daddy longlegs, and they always seem to be lurking down in the basement. The storm doesn't sound as loud from down here. I make my way over to the drawer, and just as I'm pulling it open, a strange feeling washes over me. The only way to describe it is by saying that I sense an unusual presence. The hairs on the back of my neck stand up. I snatch the flashlights and slam the drawer closed. I quickly take one more look around before I head back upstairs. Just as I place my foot on the first step, "Damn it, Oliver!" He's hiding under the stairs and he sticks his paw through the empty space between them. He's clawing at my shoelace. "You scared the crap out of me, you stupid cat." I thought for a second that my worst nightmare was coming true. I scoop him up in my arm and make my way upstairs. But once I'm back in the living room with everyone else, I still feel that strange feeling I felt down in the basement. I think it's here. And no matter where I go, it watches me. I'm the prey, and I know it's just waiting for the moment when I'm alone again. But I'm too smart for it. I tell Mom that I'm scared, and she makes Travis go with me anytime I need to leave the living room for something. Mom decides that it'd be best if we all camped out in the living room for the night. So when it starts to get late, we each grab a candle from the fireplace mantle and head upstairs to change into our pajamas. Dad tells us to grab our sleeping bags, a blanket, and a pillow. Once Mom and Dad walk down the hallway to their bedroom, I call Travis into mine. "What do you want?" he asks, clearly annoyed. He's not very happy about having to have a sleepover with his parents and little brother, but he knows better than to challenge my mom. We all do. She always wins in the end anyway. I have a funny feeling. I think it's here, I tell him, raising my eyebrows to put emphasis on the it. Are you sure? I don't feel anything, he says, looking around. You're still a little jumpy because you just found out Ben is missing now too. It's just a storm, he assures me. He heads down the hall to his room as I place the candle down on top of my dresser. I'm pulling my pajama shirt over my head when I notice the walkie-talkie sitting in the charging base on my desk. I need to check on the others and warn them that it's here at my house, I think to myself. I pick it up and click the power button to the on position. Hey guys, it's Adam. Is anyone there? I sit down in my desk chair waiting for a response. Then a minute later, Destiny chimes in out of breath. Hey, I got your message about Ben. Are you okay? You're not home alone, are you? I've never met Destiny's mom, but Alex told me that she works the night shift and her sister is supposed to stay home and babysit her, but she's usually out doing her own thing with her friends, so Destiny's home alone a lot of the time. No, my mom and sister are home with me. Have you seen or felt anything strange? Yeah, this whole storm coming out of nowhere is pretty strange. Yeah, it is, but I'm not talking about that. Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but... What? What is it? I pry, curious to know what she's holding back. I think it was here at my house earlier. When the storm started, I had the feeling that something was here, following me around, watching me, and just waiting for the chance to get me. But it's gone now. Me too! I shout excitedly into the walkie-talkie, glad to know that I'm not crazy. I felt it too. I think it's here now. Travis walks past my door again on his way back downstairs. Come on, dweeb. Mom said it's time for bed, he says as he tosses a pillow at me. It bonks me in the back of the head, then falls to the floor. I pick it up and toss it back at him. Tell her I'll be right there. I'm just checking in on my friends. Suddenly, Alex's panic-stricken voice comes through the walkie-talkie. Adam, it was here at my house today. I saw it. It almost got me, but I managed to get away. I've been trying to contact you on here all day. Where have you been? I'm sorry. My mom wouldn't let us leave the living room. We didn't see it, but it was at Destiny's house earlier today, and I think it's here at mine right now. If you didn't see it, then how do you know it's there? I just know. I can feel it. You can come over to my house if you want. Thanks, but my parents are already asleep. They wouldn't let me out in this storm anyway. Do you think you can come over here instead? Hold on a sec. I'll go ask my mom right now. I don't know what to say to Alex. I know she's terrified, because I am too. Finally, I say, it's gonna be okay. She doesn't say anything until Destiny returns a few minutes later. I'll be right over. Hey, wait, before you guys go, has anyone heard anything from Daniel yet? They both tell me that they haven't. I'm really starting to worry about him. Once the storm is over, I'm going to see if Mom and Dad will let me walk over to go check on him. I can't sleep. I don't know how anyone can with the storm being so loud. Luckily, Dad stays up with me. He asks me what I think happened to Dominic and Ben. I tell him that I don't have a clue. Do you think the same person who kidnapped Brian took them too, he asks me. Maybe, I reply. I only get a few hours of sleep. When I wake up during the middle of the night, Travis' mom and dad are passed out. The house feels normal again, so I think it is gone. At least for now. The next day, the storm is even worse. Dad hears on the radio that a tornado warning has been issued. What started as some rain and thunder is looking like it's going to be the worst storm on record. The wind howls outside like a hungry wild animal desperate to get in. Thunder crashes, and the living room is briefly illuminated by a flash of lightning. I huddle up on the couch next to Dad and stare out the window. The sky is currently gray, but far off in the distance looms an ominous black mass, and it's fast approaching. Whitehurst is known for its storms, but this is something else. I've never seen anything like it. And I've been through power outages, a hurricane, and even a blizzard before. Dad pulls up the Weather Channel on his phone and plays a video of a man in a black suit gesturing toward a colorful map. I pinpoint the town of Whitehurst on it. The swirling red bullseye is heading straight toward us. When I turn and glance back out the window, the black shadow seems even closer now. Another resounding clap of thunder echoes around the house. I focus my attention back on the weather report. The man seems very calm. I always wondered how they do that. Mom walks in from the kitchen and her eyes widen. "Get away from the windows," she yells at the two of us. "We should probably board them up," Dad suggests. Mom agrees, so he heads to the garage to get some wood, a hammer, and nails. I hear the sound of my walkie-talkie screeching upstairs. It was fully charged, so I left it turned on just in case Alex tried to contact me again. I felt really bad last night for not being there for her when she said that she'd been trying to get through to me all day. I tell Mom that I'll be right back and then race up to my room. "Adam, are you there?" I hear Alex ask. Her voice sounds shaky, like she's been crying. I snatch the walkie-talkie from the base and reply, "I'm here. Is everything all right?" "No, everything is not all right. I'm all alone. My parents left this morning. They went out to pick up some emergency supplies, but they still aren't back yet. Right after they left is when I heard the tornado warning on the radio. The store is only a few miles away, Adam. They should have returned by now. What if something happened to them?" "I thought Destiny spent the night over there." "She did, but she left this morning." "Well, can't you call them?" "No, they took my phone away, remember? I know where they hid it, but it's dead anyway, and since the power is still out, I can't even charge it." "Listen, I'm gonna go ask my dad to call them. I'll be right back." I rush downstairs and tell Dad what is going on. He looks worried and he hurries to call them. They pick up on the first ring. They made it to the store and were on their way back when the road flooded, so they had to turn around and go back to the store. I ask if Alex can stay at our house until they find a way back. "Of course," Dad answers. "But I think she's safer where she is. She'd have to come out in the storm just to get over here." Her parents agree that it's too dangerous for her to come out. "But she's all alone over there. Please, Dad," I beg. "Adam, she'll be fine," he promises. I run back upstairs to tell Alex the bad news. "Alex, my dad got in touch with them." "Are they okay?" "Yeah, they're fine, but they got trapped when the road flooded, and they had to turn around and go back to the store. They can't get through until the storm is over and the road is cleared. Why don't you just come over to my house?" I suggest, even though I know that both her parents and my dad already said no. She tells me to give her a few minutes to pack a bag, and then she'll call me back on the walkie-talkie when she's about to leave. I sit there waiting for what feels like forever when the walkie-talkie finally screeches. "Adam, I'm on my..." My heart starts to race and goosebumps cover my arms. "Alex? Alex, are you there?" I breathe in and out, but air refuses to enter my lungs. Adrenaline floods my system. It pumps through me like it's trying to escape. "Alex! Is everything all right up there, Adam?" Dad calls from downstairs. I can't tell him what's going on. He'll never believe it. "Yeah, I'm fine. Travis, can you come up here for a minute?" I shout. He takes his time coming, but he finally strolls into my room 5 minutes later. "What?" he snaps at me. I close the door behind him and whisper, "I think something happened to Alex. I was just talking to her on the walkie-talkie, and then she started screaming. Now she's not answering me. I'm going over there to check on her. Can you come with me?" I expect him to say no, which would then force me to have to beg and plead. I'd never admit it to him, but I'm scared to go over there alone, scared of what I might find. To my surprise, he answers, "Okay, I'll come. But how are we supposed to get out of the house without Mom and Dad knowing? Mom and Dad are sitting in the living room, and he just finished boarding up all of the windows," he reminds me. "Dad didn't board up the windows in his office. He ran out of wood by the time he got to that room," I tell Travis. "Well, then what are you waiting for?" he asks me while holding open my bedroom door. Dad's office is on the second floor of the house, but luckily Travis is an expert at sneaking in and out, and he left a ladder propped up against the side of the house right near there. We tiptoe to Dad's office and gently open the door. I don't know why Travis is trying to be so quiet. The storm is so loud that even if Mom and Dad heard us, they'd probably think that it was the wind. Travis climbs out the window first, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that he nearly blows right off of the roof. As soon as I make it out the window, I feel like a dark shadow is lingering above me. Travis is fighting with the ladder, trying to get it into a good position for us to climb down. But with the wind blowing so hard, he ends up tumbling off of the roof. He lays there for a minute, the rain battering his face. When he finally gets up, he gives me a thumbs up to let me know he's okay. He's such a dork, I think to myself. He holds the ladder for me so that I can climb down. When we're both safely on the ground, we head down the street to Alex's house. Thick black clouds sprawl across the sky. Their glare drains color from the houses, trees, and cars sitting in driveways, leaving the neighborhood tinted bronze. The wind starts to let up, but the rain is still flowing down my face like a waterfall. By the time we make it to Alex's house, both Travis and I are drenched. We pound and kick at the door, but she doesn't answer. "We'll have to break in," Travis tells me with a smile. I really can't stand him sometimes. We are in the middle of a crisis here, and he's getting excited about breaking into our neighbor's house. He uses a flower pot that's sitting on the front porch to smash through a window. He makes me climb inside and open the door for him. "Alex!" I yell as soon as I get in there. If she is okay, I don't want her to end up bashing my head in because she thinks I'm a burglar. "Did you bring a flashlight?" Travis asks me. "No," I tell him. "Are you kidding me? How are we supposed to look for anyone in the dark?" "Well, you didn't think to grab one either," I argue. We find a lit candle sitting on the kitchen table, so we take it and search the downstairs. It's empty. As we approach the stairs leading up to Alex's bedroom, I get a terrible feeling in the pit of my stomach. I ask Travis to go first. I cringe every time one of the stairs creaks, but it doesn't sway my determination to make it to her bedroom. Halfway up, a shadow flickers at the corner of my vision. I freeze. "Did you see that?" I ask Travis, but he's already at the top of the stairs. "I didn't see anything," he answers. He waits for me to catch up, then we head to Alex's room together. I call her name again and again. Her bedroom door is closed. Travis reaches for the doorknob, but I grab his hand before he can turn it. "What if she's in there getting dressed or something?" I tell him as I knock first. But she doesn't answer. My heart starts to beat faster as Travis pushes the door open. I'm still standing in the hallway when he steps inside and says, "She's not in here, but everything looks normal to me." Breathing a sigh of relief, I step inside and look around. Everything does look nice and neat, just the way Alex always keeps her room. Until I notice that her window is open. Why would she leave her window wide open right in the middle of a storm, I think, as I walk over to the other side of the bed to close it. As I shut the window, I catch a glimpse of something orange lying in the grass below. I hope that's not what I think it is, I tell myself as the dread starts to sink in. I race out of there, hurrying down the stairs while Travis is yelling, "What's going on? What's wrong?" I bust out the back door and go over to the spot where I think I saw it. A shiver cascades down my spine at the sight of the object lying on the ground before me. I kneel down to pick it up. Travis asks, "What is that? Did you find something?" I hold this crushed orange thing out towards him. "What in the hell is that?" he questions with a confused look on his face. "It's the orange Walkie Talkie that I gave to Alex," I tell him, "and it's soaked in a mixture of rain and blood." Subscribe for new original stories 3 times a week. See you next time on
Nina's Nightmares.
Really? You're supposed to click the like button, not me. Ugh.